Just got off the plane here in Miami and god damn it's hot. Would you believe I had to fly to Miami just to get an appointment at the passport place to renew my passport? Nowhere else in the United States had an appointment for me before my trip to Trinidad. Nowhere. So in 1 day's notice, I had to book a flight to Miami for tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., get my passport renewed, then get my ass back on the plane going back to ATL. So unbelievable. I just left the passport office and they told me to come back at 7 o'clock in the morning. They told me to come back at noon to get my pass. Flight is at 2:30. We're at the furniture store right now, trying to get a cardboard box that's big enough to cover up this crate we built for the motorcycle. Miles later, and look at the box. What's the chances of me being on the same exact flight as Christmas? Lord, was he
Oh my God! You know that?
They know.
You,
Mr. Anthony,
oh, Ricky,
how are you, man?
this is a pleasant surprise.
Happy birthday. Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
my friend.
The best birthday gift I can ever get.
Happy birthday.
Oh, stop.
How you doing, man?
Oh, good. Very good. Very good.
Good.
You guys who have to, you.
They all set it up. Happy birthday.
This is a good birthday gift.
Yes,
Great. I'm happy to see you. Hey, man. My brother.
You can hug me anytime.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Show me around.
Yes. Yeah. One-stop shop. Food San Fernando. I think I got a shower that day.
got a shower?
It was a special day.
That's a special day.
I read as the X14.
That's right. You hear that? Kawasaki.
And yes, Ricky is the Kawasaki flag bearer. And we ride the same bikes. We have, and so far, it has been great.
We're here at Ian Atchley's restaurant. Mr. Atchley is the guy who I came here to Trinidad to race against in 2019. He had the record at 8:52 or 8:55. On his ZX14, and Rafi's Raf Motorsports brought me here to break his record and to beat Mr. Ashley. The last time I came, I was racing against Mr. Ashley, and this time, Mr. Ashley, I'm on his side. After all these days of being stuck in customs, the bike is finally here in Trinidad. Now, y'all saw everything that I went through in Miami trying to get this bike shipped off. A lot of people pulled a lot of strings to make sure I had this motorcycle, and I gotta say I appreciate it because it would not have gotten here if it wasn't for them. But guess what? It's here right now. And we saw Chris Moore in the airport. Both of us was on our way here. Raf Motorsports brought him over here to break the record that I set on a Raf Motorsports H2.
Yo, Mr. Costa is going again to try to better his time earlier of 8.5.
Riding Kawasaki this weekend, we're gonna take an H2, run it right up Ricky's ass.
He said he was gonna run it up my ass with that H2. Let's see it. We'll see you at the racetrack. Those of you who've been to my drag racing school would know who Sean is. Sean came back in 2014, 2015, and he's from Trinidad. That's the man right there. One time Trinidad's fastest motorcycle. Until I get here. be impossible if it wasn't for Sprocket and the TC1 team. I'd also like to thank Mr. Adderley. Mr. Adderley, it's ironic that I came here to race against Mr. Adderley, who had the fastest time in Trinidad back in 2019. So we're here at the dyno in Trinidad, checking out Gorilla, because they don't have the fuel that we run in the States, MRX02. She's okay now. I think she's ready to go. The new owner right here, Sprocket, seems to be quite happy. So are we. So I guess we'll see. You know, here in Trinidad, it's hard to get a hold of the racetrack. So horsepower is not the key here. It's about what you can get down to the pavement. So that's going to be the challenge with all of us. Everybody at the racetrack is getting the horsepower to the pavement. So it'll be a tuner's game. On my way to the racetrack, Trinidad's first all-motorcycle drag race, and we haven't had a chance to test, but we'll deal with the track when we get there. See y'all in a minute. So it's Sunday morning, the morning before the first all-motorcycle event in Trinidad. We had to stop at VP Fuels to grab some fuel for the bike because, ironically, this was the first day we're going to get to see the track. Because I wasn't allowed, specifically, I was not allowed to test before the day. But it's okay. We're here to support motorcycle drag racing. And I was brought here by TT1 race team to defend the record that I set in 2019. And that's exactly what we plan to do. So I'll see y'all at the racetrack. Wish me luck. Not looking good at 8:30 in the morning. Like, it is not looking good. This is the finish line. And that's the distance to stop. So when you race in other countries, you know, the racetracks, you got to be prepared for whatever you run into. In every country I went to, traction has been an issue and the surface has been completely different. This surface here in Trinidad is better than most of the situations that I've been in other countries, but the traction is not, I mean, the track is not what we're used to. It's not smooth, it's not concrete, it's all blacktop. And this one is pretty decent because you can hear my sneakers. So there is stick on the track. Although we've had all this rain today, there is stick on the racetrack. But the issue here is going to be picking a line to go down that's not as bumpy as the rest of the racetrack, because there's seams. If you see, there's seams all the way down the racetrack and crossways too. When I walk, there's like seams going across the track as well. The starting line right here. Actually, yep, this is the starting line right here. Those are the photo beams, little white blocks right there. They go across, so the actual starting line is right here. And if you look, there's a whole bunch of cracks that you just got to find a way down the racetrack, that's all. And that is the tricky part, finding a way down the racetrack. These cracks in the track, those are, and they're every fucking 10 feet, every 6 feet. There's another separation in the track. See one right there. See one right there. So those are the things that absolutely disturb, even if you got glue. When you're bouncing going down a racetrack, it's not going to, the bike is not settled. So it's just going to keep losing traction.
Local prices in the hundreds.
Not all. Well, thank y'all for coming, man. Yeah, no problem. It's damn near 12 o'clock in the afternoon. The event was supposed to start at 11 o'clock, and it's been raining off and on all day. So we just kind of wait. This right here is Mr. Adderley. He used to be the mayor here in Trinidad, and these are his motorcycles. Turbo Booster that's just built, 319 horsepower. Nitrous Hayabusa over there. Now, Mr. Adderley used to own Flash P. Which was the fastest motorcycle in Trinidad at an 858. If you look at him, that's courageous for him to be his age. He's 72? 68? 68 years old yesterday. He celebrated his 68th birthday yesterday, and he still wants to go fast. Yeah, you got this thing pretty. 8.7 with nitrous set?
50 shot.
50 shot?
Stock motor.
Okay. Good job. That thing is clean. You didn't ride that here. Yeah, it's too clean for you to road it.
You say we don't say no. What you belly full with that? You belly full with what? You say belly full with 14, you know.
You did? Because you're going fast. Ricky? Yep. What's up, Cook?
Welcome to Trinidad, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Thank you, man. I realize in racing in other countries is actually how fortunate we are in the United States to have the amenities to drag race that we do. We take a lot of things for granted, but in these countries they don't have trailers. Everybody hits under these tents that they rent from the promoter, but they don't have trailers. Everybody comes to the track like we used to in the back of pickups and stuff like that. But things like tools and power tools and, drills and test lights and ohm meters and spare clutches and master links and just things like that. Even like zip ties and wire cutters. Like literally these guys come to the race. They don't get a chance to race a lot here. So when they do, they just bring the bike to the race. It's a one-day event and they try not to work on them, so they don't bring a lot of stuff. So the things that I'm asking for here, they looking at me like we don't have. And it's only because they never had a need. They didn't have really fast bikes. They didn't have like race bikes. I mean, they had race bikes, but they weren't our equivalent of race bikes. So the things that we need, battery chargers and just things like that, it's not something that they had just so plentiful. So, and it's nobody's fault. It's just that drag racing here is a minority and it's not very profitable. So they're not willing to spend a lot of money in the racetracks. So, but people love drag racing here. It is pouring down rain. It's been pouring down rain since basically 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning, off and on. And there are a bunch of people here. Like, there are people everywhere waiting for the rain to stop. There's people in the stands. There's people in their cars. If you look and you see the cars in the background, it's a bunch of cars back there. They're waiting for the rain to stop because this is something that needs to happen in this country. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
You can't remember who you're talking to?
No.
I tuned Gavin's bike.
Oh, where's Gavin at?
He come in. He put on the plastics on the bike.
It's been damn, it's the end of the day.
Yeah, but rain was falling.
So
He come in. That's when he gets it.
So it's literally been raining for the last 5 hours straight. And all the glue that they had here from days of spraying is now all gone. None. It's only about 3 hours left before it's nightfall and there's no lights on the track. I don't see how anything's gonna happen today. We literally have about 2.5 hours of daylight left before nightfall hits, and there's absolutely no lights on the racetrack. So I don't see, with the track is far from being dry right now, and even when you dry the track, you have to dry the finish line as well. I don't see at all where it's possible for us to get down the racetrack today with any success or safely. And if it's not safe, I'm not going to do it. So it's already 4:30. This event's supposed to be over at 6 o'clock. If they don't spray this track severely after it dries, I don't see even a chance of anybody putting any numbers down that's worth seeing. But the fans are here, and they have been here all day waiting for this rain to stop. They don't care. They're loyal drag racing fans. It's the first all motorcycle race here in Trinidad, and they want to see it. Especially me and Chris are both here riding for two different teams. They want to see it go down. Well, we're not here to go against anybody. We're here actually to help. We want to help promote TT1, and I want to help Trinidad's drag racing scene, period. So there's no one here. I'm going after my own record that I set. Now we're with TT1. We bought a motorcycle, and the interesting part about it is everybody in Trinidad thinks the more power you have, the faster you go. So everybody has nitrous and turbo. We have none of that. We have zero power average. Our bike is a 14, and it's all horsepower, all motor.
That's fantastic. So it's all over the internet. I mean, to the Battle of the Brands, where you were riding the Kawasaki ZX14, and Chris was riding the Suzuki JSR 1000. And in that matchup, the difference was about 1/10 if I'm not mistaken, in terms of the two times, yeah? Something like that?
No, thousandths of a second.
Or thousand, sorry, yeah.
We ran each other. The first run I went 8.00 with like a 4, and he went 8.01 with a 1. And it was like, that close. So, those are stock motorcycles. We ran an A6R, I was riding a TX10. It was just to prove how fast these new motorcycles can go with proper setup. And both of us spared no expense in setting these motorcycles up. It was unbelievable how fast they were capable of going. So that was a great thing to promote both Kawasaki and Suzuki.
So what can we expect from Ricky Gadsden today at this event?
I would have told that if you would have asked me that this morning when I arrived, my answer would have been quite different. Seeing the racetrack right now, and the torrential rainfall, and it's unfortunate because this is the first all motorcycle drag race, and the fans have been here all day. People drove here in torrential downpour to see this event, So for us to rain this many hours and soak the track this bad, honestly, I don't think that you'll see anything if we do get to work on. The track will be what holds us back from going fast.
Okay. Well, Ricky, we want to thank you very much. We appreciate you being here. We look forward to your performances here this afternoon. Thank you very much once again. That's Ricky Gadsden, ladies and gentlemen. No stranger to our shores. Ladies and gentlemen, it stands on the right hand side of the track.
He just had to go faster than 8.8.
No. Yes, apparently. He said, looking like you enjoying up there? Yes.
I see him talking.
Roger gonna like he got extra box for you.
Roger chicks fat.
Roger.
Here go the rain again. After we try to make one run, and it rains again. Like that's it. It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The event is done at 6. We went down the last pass, and I forgot to activate the shifter. I was surprised that the bike even left the starting line. But I mean, I detuned the heck out of the clutch, pulled a bunch of timing out of it, got off the starting line, but forgot to activate the shifter. So that's racing. And that's it. It's the end of the day, basically. Everybody's around and sun's out. Of course, the sun would come out right now when it just dumped on the track. It just ruined our weekend, our day, and then the sun want to come out at like 5 o'clock in the evening. What are we gonna do? Just gonna have a good time. We're in Trinidad, right? Do as the Trinidadians do. Eat some roti. So about 2 years ago, I was contacted by Sean Briggs.